With me, kind of, a little bit. We're wrapping up. We're getting closer towards the end. But before we end, we do have bringing fashion NFTs to the next level through community and collaboration. If we can welcome our panelists to the stage, I believe we've got 5 people now. So come on down. Let's go. Don't be shy. And let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you for starting the clap. Awesome. All right, take it away, guys.
Hello? Oh, the microphones. You know, I was hoping there would be no microphones so no one can see how hungover we are after all of those DJ parties, but it might not work. Thank you for coming. Welcome, everyone. My name is Sypien, also known as a DG in the space. I'm being a founder of probably the most oversubscribed project in these days around the digital fashion. And I would like to introduce you my co-panelists. So let me just hand it to you guys. Introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, hi. I'm going to go first. I was very lucky to be squeezed into the panel. I'm the co-founder of Unique Labs. I am building a digital fashion platform that allows people to create their digital identities, but beyond avatars. So taking into account skills, experiences, and your professional life, so to say, and make it interoperable. So you can take your identity wherever you go.
Thanks. Yo, everyone. I'm super happy to be here. And so I am the co-founder of Ikuzo. So Ikuzo is a fashion tech brand merging Japanese culture, perpetual research on garments. So we are really doing research on our garments and, merging also the Web3 technology. So I will talk you more about how we embed the NFT technology in our garments directly. So I am super happy to be here, and I will give it to Adriana, who present herself. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy as well to be here, and hello. My name is Adriana. I'm a fashion artist with a decade of experience working in fashion and luxury sectors. I was the first one-on-one fashion illustrator in the space and selling out my collection, following up by my solo exhibition on NFTs. And currently, I'm working on expanding my art into a digital jewelry brand.
Hello, guys. I'm super excited also to be here and with these guys also. So I'm Ernesta Vala, and I'm from the Rebels NFT by House of Kalinkin. And this is a digital fashion house. We are going to make it from physical to digital. And we already minted our project, so it's kind of successful. And my backstory is that I have 16 years of experience in advertising agencies like House Creative, McCann, and other smaller. So a lot of experiences in target audiences and marketing.
Cool, thank you very much. Obviously, we don't have much time to do this 25-minute panel, and the question is going to fly. But very, very quickly, could you guys tell what brought you to NFT space and why is this a digital fashion?
Okay, should I make a
Go on,
start?
let's do that.
All right, yeah. So I was actually dragged into the NFT space by a friend who is also now my co-founder. And so I have a background in fashion management and computer science. So watching early in the fashion space that Nike acquired Artifact, I just realized I wanted to do something about fashion in the space. So that's how I got into it.
Yeah, so for me, I jumped into the NFT space 1 year ago through Artifact and Azuki, so the two projects that I bought 1 year ago. And we decided with my co-founders to create a fashion brand, because we wanted absolutely to level up the whole game of fashion, physical and digital right now, because we have today we are integrating Azuki PBT technology in our garments. So this is something that I want to talk about after. It's really a big game changer, because it allows any developer, any industry to jump and add a composable block into the protocol, and everything is on chain, everything is decentralized. So by Certi logo, by all the centralized solution that we have, we will build together that PBT together, and all fashion brands that want a connectable, a digital, like physical and digital asset, any physic back token can jump into PBT and build into it. So that's why we integrated this technology in our garment. So I'm super excited to build into physical and digital. And I'm super excited about NFT because it's more sexy than crypto. I have been in crypto since 5 years. And to be honest, when I tell crypto to people, they say, oh, okay, it's not my, I don't understand. But NFT, it's like more, there is storytelling. You can do physical products connected to NFT. So it's a whole new story, new narrative. So I'm super excited to be here, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, to me, I mean, I've been a digital artist for most of my life, and I never understood why fine arts, as if like made of traditional medium, was more, I would say, appreciated in the fine arts industry, and that was really hurtful for me as an artist who was spending most of my life in the digital mediums. Also, considering that I'm a very multimedia approach, also using music and animation a lot with my visual art. So when I discovered NFTs, I was just so mesmerized because I finally felt like I found a medium where I can express myself to the fullest without any limitations of expression. So I could combine my visuals with music and video and animation. And obviously stepping further, when I found out about digital fashion, I got so fascinated about the concept. And I immediately thought there was such a strong link with my fashion background as a fashion artist, because I focus on obviously drawing inspiration from the fashion industry. So that was the step forward when I decided that this is the time when I finally can, through the NFTs, combine everything I'm really passionate about, which is the fashion art and the actual physical product.
Totally agree with you, Adriana. So yeah, for me it was like curiosity, you can say. I was like curious, what the hell is going on here? And secondly, I wanted to be a woman in tech, so to be like a woman that can make impact in art and advertising and gather people for the bigger purpose. And also for the freedom of speech that our Rebel brand is communicating. So this is our main reason.
Hey, we're going to the topic. Thank you for the introductions. I mean, like, as you guys see, there are 5 people sitting on the stage, and we're being connected by the term of the digital fashion and an NFT, but we're being completely different individualities who share different views and different thoughts about the community and the approach. Because, from my personal point of view, the community as the wide and the broad group of people gathered around the collection might be something completely different than community for you, independent artists, and what you're trying to build. Because obviously, from what we heard about on the stage, the approach changes differently and like drastically from some sort of live service, constantly filling up with your community, to what you're doing. And I know you guys have different views about that, because I know you, Ernesta, you would like to give community more freedom, right? The Pauline is more about the collaboration. Guys, maybe you can share a little bit of your views. Start from Ernesta, because that freedom aspect for community is interesting. I think it's kind of like maybe dangerous, something going too far ahead, but we definitely want to hear about that.
Yeah, it's like when you gather a community, what is the main point that gathers them? It's the story, Like we had the story of our brand that as a former art director, I created an advertising agency for Robert Kalinkin, which is, the Rebels. And in that advertising, we used a Holy Mary and Holy Jesus image. And we had a slogan underneath where it was like, Holy Mary, what a dress, and Holy Mary, what a jeans. And we got sued by the court that we cannot use that advertising. And we lost 3 courts. And after that, we went to European human rights, and we won the court, because we were like alone against the Lithuanian government, you can say that, and we won it, and I think it's the freedom, to give a community to speak the story and to go with you together. So I think it's the most important thing, like to gather the same-minded people. They want to fight for the freedom of speech, for LGBTQ or other topics, and they know this gang, they mean it, you know, because they fight for it.
No, we completely agree. As a project, like, you know, this is how we build our future and our community approach, right? You know, by giving them a space, by not even talking about the project, but expressing themselves in the way they want. As you mentioned, you know, it's LGBT+, it's a BIPOC community, it's the woman in NFT. You have to encourage all of the groups to be a part of it and give them equal rights, right? You know, because at the end of the day, you know, we still live in this Web3 scenario where many people are undoxed, you know. You might be a little rabbit, you might be a monkey, and you might be a rhino. You never know who sits on the other side of the screen, but we're still the same family. Community is super important. Collaborations are also very important, you know. This is what our project is mainly about. I would like to hear a little bit of your view. What do you can say about the collaboration? How we can bring more of those collaboration to this space and encourage like traditional people for a Web3?
Yeah, so we use community as a way to actually test our product as well. So we are currently building a platform, and it's pre-product. Like, we are like running towards the launch date, but we use our community to actually test the product. So we approach people to be part of a community that we actually want to be our first users, our initial users. So coming from this perspective, a bit different than the traditional NFT projects or other NFT artists, we actually have a platform where we try to recruit users, and we try to find people that would enjoy our product and try to keep them as close community members until the end, and actually rewarding them for supporting us early, which is, I think, really important. And so yeah, community is that's what our product
and this is just another approach, because, you know, as you can see, like, we try to build our product and the brand through the community that we build around our staff. Like, you know, I'm going to talk to Mehdi right now, because, you know, like, he builds the product, you know, that is actually like designated to build around the communities that already exist. Speaking of Azuki, you know, and other stuff, right? You know, so what differentiate this kind of approach of building your own to get yourself plugged into something that already exists?
Yeah, thanks a lot for the transition. It was a clever transition, to be honest. And if you take, for example, what said Chris Dixon, general partner of A16Z, he said that composability is the key into Web3. So we took this approach of composable communities. So we took one of the best communities in fashion. So you have Artifact, you have Azuki also, which is a lot in fashion. So we took this community, which we are the closest to us, and we told them, okay, let's do like the best like garments in the space, and we started together to collaborate, and we call it Stigmergy. Stigmergy is something like it's not a word that we invented. It's used by ants. So Stigmergy is like a kind of collaboration. It's like a co-creation. So we told them, okay, guys, let's do like some kimonos, let's do some jackets, let's do some hoodies. And we started, you know, to design together in the Discord. And after that, we came with a really, really great physical product. So this kimono, for example, that I have is one of our creations. So it will be live in 1 month. And this is something I'm really proud of, and the whole community is really proud of. They are going to be really, really, I hope that it will be a really quick drop, because everyone is excited about this kimono because they are really high quality. And we wanted to go into physical products because this is something really that you can, you know, have at home and in real life, because today we spend a lot of time in real life. So it's really important for us to have like a real like piece of unique piece in the space, because like today nobody has a clean and sleek piece. So that's why we wanted to work with that dope community. So thanks for the transition, Matt.
Which is great. Is another approach. I'm also going to ask you, Adriana, because I know you are being an independent art director, freelance, you know, NFT, digital fashion artist. And for you, building a community and gather people around your project is a completely different approach. As an independent fashion artist, how do you approach and build the communities? What's the most important thing to actually, like, you know, performing this task?
Yeah, so obviously I have to say that entering the Web3 community has absolutely changed my life and also my audience. I would say as an independent artist, I have a Web2 community, which is obviously based around different social media, and obviously Web3 is a completely different kind of people connected in such a deep level, and that's what really opened my eyes into how much potential is within Web3 and how can I actually sell my art and a vision to a completely new audience as well, because it's just so much more connected and there's so much more personal value in it. And as I was selling my NFTs as my artwork, I started to feel of the idea I wanted to reward them for investing in me as an artist so I can pursue my passion as a visual artist.
It's more of the community built around your person rather
Yes,
than the
absolutely.
product and what you're trying to.
So obviously I have to speak to my well, I would say not customers, but my collectors as Adriana as a person. So I think my brand is definitely being built a lot around me as a person, and I want to come as genuine as possible as well. And obviously, fashion industry can be full of high lows and downs. That was in my case in my journey. And what I found amazing about digital fashion is that it brought a lot of like-minded people who value community more than individual gain, which I think is very fantastic. And I start to think the same way. So I have actual, well, I would say it's a privilege to have an ability to take over a family business of a jewelry brand of like 30 years and adapt it to Web3. And that's something I wanted to do as a heritage as well and give kind of, you know, a loyalty as well to where my background is from. And for me, also onboarding new audiences is quite important. So I understand, for example, if my collectors would buy my prints or physical work, why would they invest in my NFT? It's like very foreign land to them, and they still don't see the value in investing in a JPEG. So I came up with the idea of introducing the digital and obviously physical as well jewelry aspect to it. So the next project I'm working on is the portrait or the illustrations that are going to be purchased from me. My customer and the collector will also receive the actual physical item of value. So this is my idea of how I can onboard new people as well and get interested in digital or like fashion or like NFTs. But yeah, it's definitely around storytelling and obviously the heritage of the brand and also my journey. So that's where I'm seeing everything's heading.
It's actually pretty interesting approach. I mean, like, you know, through all of those conversations, right, you know, and what you talk about, you know, the physical, digital, as the worst word in this word, phygital, has been mentioned a few times, right? You know, do you actually feel like, you know, some people treat it as the way of distributing the product? Do you think actually the physical, digital connection is the way of building a community and potentially onboarding more people into it, which we're going to touch a little bit more, you know, at the end, but how physical and digital can encourage communities and bring more people to the space?
Well, I mean, already so far, like I built a completely new community through Web3. I think what I was start to think as a collector of NFTs myself, because I also collect NFTs, it was just thinking like what would make me interested, a part of the community and being the part of the roadmap, and is there like a immediate sort of gain I could have received? So I think that's where I thought that, you know, physical product is something exciting because it's like tangible, and especially if you're an artist, obviously you gain your value over time, obviously depending on your sales and your achievements within the industry. But having that physical aspect of it, I think it's still quite nice because I come from, again, like from the physical fashion industry, and I still value the quality. And I think another aspect we haven't really discussed yet, I think, is the sustainability. Because what is about obviously amazing about digital fashion is how sustainable it can be, and the potential within technology of selling garments or jewelry, in my case, how they can be just transitioned from one product into a next product just in a digital way. It's just so incredible, and it was never possible before. And I think it's also adding some new value to the fashion as well. That's not just so consumer based. So I want to encourage people to buy digital designs because it's not so fast fashion consumed. It's more about the quality. It's about investing some piece that we really believe in, and so I think it's part of the community as well. We're a tribe that really is considering what's going on in the world, and I think it's part of the industry that we want to change.
Cool. I mean, that's good. Obviously, physical, digital, there's always a way of bringing and onboarding more people. But let's go into this particular topic. We've got the last 5 minutes, and I think it's very, very interesting to touch on. We know that at the moment, NFT space and our environment is quite close, right? We consider ourselves being early adopters. And the success of our projects and our future depends on bringing more people in, making it more mainstream, you know, and expanding our reach to all of the people. How do you think we can bring more and onboard more Web2 people, communities to our very close still NFT space, right? Because we already know, like, yeah, we're legends, we need more. How do you bring them in these days of very immersive media, and where we know where it's going within this all interactivity? Let's just do a very quick round, all 1.5 minutes to wrap it up.
Yeah, so I think the number one topic that comes to my mind is accessibility, making it accessible for the average person. And there's one example that came to my mind, which is my brother has been collecting and trading sneakers since he's like 15, I think. And at some point, I kind of started telling him about NFTs, and he was like, what? Like, doesn't make sense, like you don't actually own anything. But if you don't call it NFT, which I made the mistake of calling it NFTs, if you explain...
It will change. It will change.
Of course.
It will just live on the blockchain without being front user face NFTs, but the product is going to be the same.
Yes. But like, yeah, if you explain the benefits of like collecting something digitally, like for example, if like Nike issues like, I don't know, limited edition sneakers, you don't actually know how many there are, but like for NFTs you do. So like you can see the rarity, and this is like one of the big benefits that I see for new people to come in. Okay.
Yeah, thanks. So we took a different approach with Ikuzo. So we decided to go physical, but like our motto is like the technology should fade into the background. So you don't need to know about NFT, digital collectible. We don't care about this. You just go to our store. You buy the piece you want with fiat, crypto, anything you want, and then you will have this chip. So it's a Kong chip. It's not. We don't build this chip. It's used by Azuki. I don't know if you have followed the golden skateboards, but they are using that kind of chip. It's not a standard NFC chip. It acts like a wallet, so it can sign like your public key. Sorry. So it means that like at any time when you pass, your phone, you can connect, and you can scan to own. So this is the experience that Azuki pushed, and we are going to push a similar experience. So when you buy a clothes in our store, you own the physical part, and if you want to go further, if you want to experience the Web3, you scan with your phone, and then you enter a new world, and then you start in the Discord, and then we educate you, etc. So for me, the best way to to onboard the new people is like to sell physical products, because it's the closest way to like, it's something that they know, and then you tell them, okay, you just have to tap with your iPhone or your any phone, and then let's go and connect.
And easy.
And it's super easy. So yeah, I'm letting. Sorry, I'll let you guys finish.
I mean, I just said before, I don't want to take so much time from you, so I totally agree. I think that accessibility is such a key aspect to approaching it, and also merging physical with the digital, I think, is the way to go.
Yeah, I totally agree. We had a very nice discussion. So I think the future is for gamified fashion, where you can like have a digital wearable, only not have information of NFT, but it's also participating in some kind of events and gamifying it. So also I think people should get really easy access to information. Like when I entered the NFT world, it was like a code to read. And I think the people who want to enter but they don't know how, they have to have simple tools to get there. So maybe if you are a brand and you want to that people enter from like a mainstream, that just give them a video, I don't know, a tool where they can have, I don't know, asset and create a wide platform where they can just see how they can enter NFT in very pure and easy way. It's like in the marketing, it's have to be simple. Simple and easy.
Simple and easy and mainstream. Guys, we're running out of time. It's the last 30 seconds. Thank you very much for sharing all of your thoughts. I'm pretty sure, like, you know, we've got so much more to say about all of those topics, guys. If you want to reach to any one of those speakers, you know, then please feel free. You know, I'm pretty sure they will be able to share their views. And that's it. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks. Thanks
Say
a lot,
hey.
Matt. Thanks.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.